Hi guys, so I am going to make a how-to video today to show you how I install my new garbage disposal, because the one that I have right now, it's leaking, it's corroded, it was only like a third of a horsepower, it had only 1 year warranty, and it just looks like it was installed back when they first built the house. It looks horrible and gross and ugly and corroded, and it's just nasty. And the video that I want to make is to show you how to install a new one of these, whether it is hardwired or if you're going to make an outlet. So right now the one that I have is hardwired in, and I just don't want that anymore, so I'm going to actually make an outlet so that it could be plugged in. And I have all the things I need to get this outlet going, but just in case, I'll show you both ways. And just a heads up, I am not an expert, I'm not an electrician. I am doing this just based on videos that I saw on YouTube, and I saw some that were hardwired and I saw some that were plugged in, and I was like, well, I have an option of creating my own outlet, so I figured I could mix those videos up and show you how to do that. So first, let me show you what I have here next to me. Alrighty, so here are pretty much all the tools that you need to install an outlet box. So, your standard little outlet box. This is for old work, because of course this is not a brand new house, so the old work has these little butterfly tab type of things that once you start screwing this into the wall, this little tab actually moves forward and squeezes in, so you have it on both the bottom and the top. So this would pretty much clamp onto the drywall. It's pretty neat. I've done one of these before. Of course, your outlet covers, the actual outlet. Now for this, this is a 15 amp outlet. And I just knew that it was a 15 amp because I went to the switch box and it said garbage disposal. I flipped it off and the actual switch says 15 amps. In my house, the switches that are 15 amps are blue, and the ones that are 20 amps are red. So that's just how I know, and figured. I believe these are Leviton, and yeah, there's just your standard 15 amp. You can see it. 15 amp switch, plug stuff. Of course, some wire strippers. This has a cutter built in, but my wires are kind of thick, so I like using this one. Something to check that you are not going to electrocute yourself, so making sure that you check for live wires. This you would probably most likely need for once you open the waste king up, and if you want to make a hardwire installation, you'll use the wire connectors. This just in case. This is actually for the dishwasher pipe that goes to the in here. There's going to be like a little hole to put it in. So I went ahead and bought this just in case I needed it. And of course, my waste king. This is really cool. It has a 5-year warranty, and it had really great reviews on Amazon. I'll show you what I'm currently working with. It is gross and disgusting, and it's one of these incinerators. And I'm not sure if you could get onto the side here, but it has a third of horsepower, 1 year warranty, and of course, it's just leaking. It looks corroded. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty disgusting. So I'm going to take all of this apart, and that is the wire that I will be kind of getting my connection from. They did a really nice job of just making a hole in the wall, of course. And just to be safe, I've already turned off the electricity at the wall. So if I flip this on, nothing works. So yes, please make sure you go ahead and do that. And don't make a mess of your house while you're at it. From what I've understood, there's these little rings. Let me put this light down. So mainly what you do is you stick like a screwdriver in here. You'll use this to help you leverage and turn it. Then there's going to be this little metal ring that's like a little clip, and then you just twist this off, of course, removing these things first. This part I feel like it's easy for everyone to just do on their own, and there will be plenty of videos. Just unscrew, unclip, turn, and then you just turn everything out, take the putty off that's up there, and yeah, I'll catch you soon. Alright, so I just literally moved this a couple, like an inch over, and was able to have it come down. It just looks disgusting. It's so corroded. I am not surprised why it was leaking from all over. You could see it was just terrible. Now all I have to do right here is, there you can see my soap. Okay, so now I just have to unscrew all these 3 screws, move this little casing up a bit, and there should be, among all this mess, a snap ring right in here. There's like a little snap ring that you just have to pull out, and then all of this can come out, and you can remove all this plumber's putty that's probably been here for ages. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Hold on. Okay, so I've removed the screws pretty much enough that they're not pressing up against here. Enough for this to be, there you go, moved up. Goodness gracious, this is disgusting. But yeah, now you can see that snap ring, which is holding this in place. Let me see if I could just snap that out of there. There you go. Woo, that just went flying. So here's your snap ring that holds this whole little casing, mounting ring. That's actually what it's called. I keep calling it a casing, but goodness gracious. Now it's just a matter of getting this off. And with that, we can get this off. I'm still trying here, still trying, guys. So of course, there's all this putty over here, so you just gotta work on getting it all off. And it's hard to do it with one hand. There you go. Okay, so this is pretty much the inside of your sink, and we're good to go. Let me get up here. And here's that. Boom. So next up, I'm just going to clean all this on the bottom and on the top inside the sink and get it ready to connect my new garbage disposal. Alrighty, so I just opened up my Waste King, the new one. I already removed the drain, the snap ring, cleaned it out. It's ready to go, but here's the Waste King. Here are all the pieces that come with it. This is so like I could connect this little tube over here, which I'm not going to actually connect this one. I'm going to go with the old one I have, just because that connection is straight and hopefully it matches up. If not, I may have to change some stuff up. But here's the cover. Here's a little splash guard, I guess it's called. I'm not sure. If you do have a dishwasher, right in this little hole right here is this little plug. All you have to do is get like something blunt and pop it out. And it's just a little plastic that could actually just, be fed right through the disposal. But if I'm going to have it out, might as well just do it. So here's the whole little mounting ring. It does not have the same style mounting ring as the other one. It actually looks like it's a very easy connection. And they say this does not need any plumber's putty, so I'm kind of excited about that because I don't need to buy any extra stuff. So here, you just gotta turn it. Boom. Don't be scared, by the way. All these pieces came inside here, so I was like, oh my gosh, where is it? They were just all inside. So here you go. So in order to kind of get this going, we have to remove this little plastic ring right here. Boom. So that's one of the pieces. Then you have your little mounting ring. And right here you have this little plastic ring. There you go, just take that out. And then we have this little rubber washer that's kind of going to act like your plumber's putty. And then this cardboard looking washer. And that's pretty much it. So first, what I'm going to show you is what to do with this plug if in fact you do not want to plug this in or if you need to hardwire it. So let me do that. So first things first, you want to open, I just turned this over, you want to open this fun little thing up. It has like a small little nut in there. Then you want to open this fun thing up. That's the cover. So you see you have wires right over here. White wire, black wire. Perfect, perfect. And your grounds. Okay, so what you want to do, obviously these are the wires that are coming into the machine. And similar to, this is my old one, the hard wiring that we have here. If you want to go ahead and install your old wires, you just open this up, and to be honest, I would just probably snip this so I get fresh wires. I mean, you don't necessarily have to, but similar to this connection, we're going to get the black to black, white to white ground on the machine and cover it back up. I highly recommend getting one of these things to make sure that once you put the old electrical wire into here, it's going to be held in place. So, okay, so let me do a faux walkthrough. At this point, it's going to be the same thing that we're going to do in here. We're going to remove this wire, well, unclip, remove the ground from there. Okay, we're going to remove this black ring. We're going to pull this whole cord out. We're going to get one of these kind of compressor things, put it right in here. We're going to slide in our wire coming from the wall. We're going to slide it in through this little hole. So imagine this is right through here, and it's coming out this way. So then we're going to just connect the white to the white and connect that with a little, wire connector. Then we would connect the black to the black coming from the machine right there. And then we're going to hook our ground wire, which I know this is green, but my house is just bare. So we're going to hook it and connect it right to that grounding screw. That's it. That's all you really have to do. And after that, you just cover this, tuck your wires in, cover this bad boy up, screw it, and you're ready to install it because it'll be hardwired directly from your house to the machine. So that's pretty much it. It's the same concept as how this machine is hardwired. There's a wire that's coming from the wall through the machine. It's being held in place by one of these little metal compressor things. Highly recommend you get that on here. And then you just connect it to the wiring of the machine and make sure you ground it, because the last thing you need is to have, electricity run and short circuit your entire house. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, I want to be able to plug mine in. So what I'm going to show you actually is how to create a wall outlet from the hard wire in your house. So let's do that next. Alrighty, so this is the wire that's underneath my sink. Now if you look, I could kind of already see there's a whole stud right there. I could see the wood from the stud. So when I cut through this super flimsy drywall, I'm going to just kind of stick to this side of the wall. I'm going to try to see if I could cover this up, but to be honest, I'm going to just kind of use this corner and guide myself from there in order to install my outlet box. Because of course, obviously, I could see there's a stud right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of measure out how big of a space I need for my whole little outlet box here. And then something you shouldn't do to drywall is just go ahead with a knife, but you know what? It works for me. Literally, this drywall is so flimsy and old, I could cut it with a butter knife or even a pencil for that matter. So yes, I'm going to mark my box and I'll be back. Okay, so I just cut out the hole for the little outlet box, and as you can see, there's a whole bunch of just insulation in there. So yeah, so now let's put the outlet box. I already popped out one of these little like covers, and this should fit in pretty nicely. There you go. So, oh yeah, when you put it in, just make sure the little butterfly tabs are tucked in, and it doesn't look like a bad fit. It looks like it's pretty good. Sorry, I'm holding the phone all crooked. So yeah, so now we just gotta screw these in, and the little tabs are gonna do their job of clipping onto that drywall. Let me do that. Okay, so now that's mounted nice and flush. You can see it's like really up and close up to that wall. There you go. Before there was a little gap, so it kind of pulls everything right in. And it's really nice and mounted. So now I just need to cut these wires and leave enough kind of wires for me to do the electrical work of installing the outlet. So let me cut this, strip up the wire, and connect the outlet. Alright, cool. So I have kind of stripped the casing of this, the covering of this. I stripped my wires, I looped them. I'm ready to connect my outlet. If you look on the back, this one does have the ability for you to just stick the wires in, but I don't really like that. I don't feel comfortable with how secure they're in there. But if you do kind of want to just plug the wires in, there's a strip gauge to tell you how much you should strip of your wire. What I'm going to do, I'm going to connect the hot, which is the black wire, to one of these gold, and the white to one of these silvers. And after that, we're going to screw it in and put the outlet cover on, and that's pretty much it. It's a really simple installation. So I'll finish that up. Oh, and before I get screamed at, don't forget that you also have your ground wire, which is the green or bare copper wire that will go right on this little side right here. Boom. So let me finish that up. Alright guys, so there's the wall outlet all done. It's looking great, and I'm ready to install the whole disposal thing. But before that, let me show you one thing that I took out, which is this piece right here. It was inside the connection. Of course, that's why it looks completely and utterly disgusting. But I took it out, and then I really don't want to, but for now at least, until I decide to change all this, which would be all this plumbing, which will be really soon, I am going to replace this ring so it could be connected to the disposal thing right here. So this will go right in there with the actual ring that comes with this machine. So pretty much replace this. Okay, so this piece is originally attached right here. So you want to make sure you take this off and slip it into the old one that you have. Gosh, this looks disgusting. Oh, okay, hold on, let me. First part of the installation is to install this part, and it has this kind of plastic ring that kind of replaces the putty nowadays. So yep, it's nice flush, just put it right on, fits real nice. And next I laid things out so I know what goes next according to the instructions. It's fairly simple. Once you're here, let me just sit. You're going to get this cardboard looking one, right? Followed by the plastic here, and this is what it looks like, and it has little arrows right here so you know that this is the top. Cool. So we're gonna put that right in there, and we're gonna tighten that around. A little difficult doing it with just one hand. Correct. Hold on, I need both hands. Cool. So that's nice in there, nice and secured. Looks good. So up next is the, what's this actually called? The mount ring, followed by the cushion mount. There you go. So next is going to be this, right? But it's going to fall, so you have to make sure that we put this, and this says sink side, so you know that that's for the sink. So yeah, it kind of looks like a little, I don't know, I don't even know what to call it, but yeah, it has some grooves, and you see right in here, these grooves will connect to those screws, so it'll be a nice little fit right in there. But first, let me put this in. I'm gonna try to see if I could do this one-handed. Maybe I'm not so talented. Okay, I need to. Okay, so the last piece of everything was to literally just stick the waist king into the little notch here and turn this all the way around while at the same time connecting my tube to the disposal. As you can see, it's a little slanted, which means that this tube is a little too far down and it's causing the thing to slant. So another reason why I want to change everything out, and I'm going to keep the original black piece that comes with the equipment so it could give me a down discharge with a P-trap and connect it to that. So, but that will be for another day. For now, I just want to stop the leaking and the mess. So yeah, so I'm just kind of trying to tighten this as much as I can. This is just a little, less little wrench tools for this. See? Perfect. I found it right there. So that's what it's for. So yeah, that's pretty much it. After this, I'm going to install my dishwasher onto this, and I'll show you that in a second. Alrighty, I think that's tight enough. I really like this little clip. It was new, and now the last thing to do is to plug into our brand new outlet. So I'm actually really super excited to do that. And then we'll go ahead and turn on the electricity. We'll go ahead and turn on the electricity, and then we'll be done. I need to grow 3 more inches for this. Hold on. There you go. Boom. Alrighty, so this is everything installed. I just put the electricity back on for this area, and I'm gonna see if it works. Ooh, it does. I do hear it. I kind of don't like that switch sound, but other than that, it's fairly quiet. So that's that, and of course, gotta run it with some water, make sure nothing is leaking from anywhere. And everything looks good. Yep, no leaks. see if I could run it with the water. Oh, that's loud. But let's check it out. No leaks. Looks good.